Everybody look for your book in spelling, page 88, 89. We're going to read the story of this unit number 9. We start a new unit. The King Who Hated Cheese. What do you think it's going to be about just by reading the title? Just by reading the title, what do you think it's going to be about it?
A king
in a castle that don't like cheese.
Don't like cheese? Yes. It might be the title.
I don't know what is hated, but I think that he hates something.
Yes, when you hate, it's that you dislike. You don't like it. It's the contrary of love. Hate is an
doesn't like cheese.
Yes, doesn't like cheese. Hate, remember that hate is the contrary, is an opposite word for love. If you love something, you like it, right? But hate is a contrary. Now let's go up page 88. We have the story. This is a fairy tale. Remember that we have some words that they are underlined in blue because they are the words, vocabulary words from the unit that we're going to learn. Now we're going to take turns. We're going to take turns to read the vocabulary, but in this case, in this story, we're going to listen to the story. Everybody should be following the reading. Just let me know. Let me know if you listen to the story.
The King Who Hated Cheese. Fairy tale.
Do you listen and do you watch this? Do you see the story and do you listen to?
Yes.
Okay, follow the reading. Follow the reading, please.
Once upon a time, there was a king named Jack who hated smelly cheese. The smell made the king feel uneasy. King Jack declared it a crime to make or eat cheese in his kingdom. Anyone breaking the law would be convicted of a crime. King Jack was married to Queen Feta, and they had a beautiful daughter, Brie. She and the other children in the kingdom grew up without even knowing that cheese existed. Now, King Jack had been arguing with the monarch who ruled a nearby kingdom. Both kings laid claim to a mountain that stood between their lands. They both had strong feelings about the issue and grumbled about it constantly. Finally, the two kings met to discuss the problem. To their surprise, they found they liked one another. They became good friends and agreed to sign a treaty that would solve the problem. The treaty said that the mountain belonged to both kingdoms. It also contained a provision stating that as a show of unity between the kingdoms, Princess Brie would marry Prince Colby, the son of the other king. Prince Colby arrived at King Jack's palace with a large present for his bride-to-be. When Brie opened the package, she saw the cheese and a note that the prince had enclosed. Brie was puzzled, for she had never seen cheese before. "Stop," King Jack said. "Don't touch it!" Then he pointed at Prince Colby. "You have broken one of my laws. No cheese allowed! Guards, take him to the dungeon!" In the meantime, Princess Brie had no idea of the problem and had taken a huge bite of the cheese. "Yummy," she said in earnest. Then she turned to her father and said, "All my life you have loved and nourished me. Why have you not let me eat this delicious cheese?" The king was horrified. Now Princess Brie would have to be disciplined as well. So he sent his only daughter to the dungeon. But as Brie was leaving, the queen also ate a slice of cheese. The king's advisors, the cooks, and the servants all took a taste too. Before long, everyone ended up in the dungeon. At that point, only King Jack remained in the palace. He looked at the big piece of cheese. By now, its edges were all jagged and uneven. It was quiet in the palace, and King Jack could think freely. He stared at the cheese. It was not a quick action. Rather, it was very gradual. He moved his hand closer and closer to the cheese and pinched off a small piece. He sniffed it and decided it was not smelly. Then he put it in his mouth. He murmured. "This is delicious." He ran to the dungeon and freed everyone. He declared a grand feast for the wedding and asked the prince if more cheese could be sent for immediately. The wedding was held the very next day. Of course, Princess Brie and Prince Colby lived happily ever after. New cheeses were made and named after the king and queen. So the next time you eat a piece of brie, Colby, Jack, or feta cheese, you can think of this story.
Okay, great. What do you understand about this story, class? What do you understand?
I understand the boy give the cheese to the princess, and the princess likes the cheese.
The princess, that's right, Rebecca. Excellent. The princess likes, she ate a piece of cheese and she liked it. But what happened with the Prince Colby? The Prince Colby, do you think that he likes this, the king likes this cheese or not? Not, right? No. At the beginning, this king, it doesn't like this cheese, so he put this, people, it says, guards taken to the dungeon. Do you know what is a dungeon?
Calabozo.
Dungeon. So Joshua, you know what is this word, dungeon?
Como un calabozo.
That's right. It's like a prison that it's down. So in Spanish, you say a calabozo. That's right. That is a dungeon. Excellent. So that because he didn't like the cheese. But at the end, it says, of course, that at the end, they were outside of the dungeon and they were free and they created more cheese for everyone, right? At the end of the story. Please enjoy this wonderful cheese. It was made in my kingdom in honor of Prince Bride. We have named the cheese Bride. Okay, now let's go to identify the meaning of these words. These words are uneasy, convicted, crumble, treaty, provision, to class, dungeon. You already say what is dungeon. Earnest, nourished, discipline, jagged, rattle. Okay, these words. But before we're going to find, let's see, I'm going to give you annotation tools. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to find it out, this word in the word search. We're going to circle the word if you find it out. Yes? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Let's see if we can find all of them. Maybe we can find all of them or some of them. So let's see. Okay, you have the annotation tool, so you can circle if you find one of them, of these words. This is the vocabulary words, though. Of the story of the unit number 9. No words yet? Convict. Excellent. That is the first word that we find it out. Convict, Gabriela.
No dice convict. Dice, oh, es que no leo bien.
Yes, it says convict, but it's backwards. It's convict. It's backwards. Remember that in a word search, you can find it out backwards. The words. Cradle, look this. Excellent, Rebecca Rosa Cradle. Yes. Caleb, no.
No, es que creí que era.
Here is one. Here is one. Which word is here, class? Fernando Cian, you find it out? What is that word? What is that word, class?
I don't see because of that.
See it?
I don't see it. Y Marcelo está haciendo eso.
Just one have to circle it.
Yes. What is that
Not
word,
do a
class?
mess.
What is that word? You circle.
It's grumble.
It's grumble. That's right. But you circle H in letter H. Remember, it's grumble. Grumble. It's here. If you go backwards, then it is crumble. That's right. Which other word you find it out? Nourish, Gabriela. Great, nourish. Which other word we can find? One more minute. One more minute to find another word.
Rumble. GG. Yes. Yo siempre la otra. Yo.
Treat, treaty. That's right, Lucia. Treaty. You find it out. Excellent. Here is another one. Where I have the eraser, there is another word. I'm pointing one word here. I haven't noticed, but yes, it is one word. What is that word? Danny, you circle dungeon. That's right, it's dungeon. Here is dungeon, that word, dungeon.
Not doing math.
Por eso es que la misma no nos pone esto.
It's difficult, this word search, right? Because we have the different words, yes? Okay, let's finish here. Let's finish here. Don't worry. I'm going to share this presentation so you can practice. If you want, in the afternoon, you can practice by yourself to find all the answers, all these words. You can find it out. So, because we don't have too much time. We don't have too much time to find it out. But we find, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. 7 words out of 12. Yes, there are 12 words, 7. So excellent, excellent. Let's go to next slide now. Let's go to next slide. This is if you want to practice, if you want to find it out, then. So I'm going to share these presentations. You can find it by yourself. We find 7 words. Now let's go to page number 90. Page number 90, we have the definition of those words. That we find it out in the story and also on the word search. Now, what is word number 1? It's convict. That is word number 1. What is the meaning of this word? It says to prove or judge to be guilty. So the jury voted to convict the defendant. Convict, this vocabulary is used when there are some people in prison. So they say,
What is the
page number 90. We're in page number 90. Convict is the person who has been proven guilty of a crime. So if the person is guilty, it's a convict. In a prison, a convict is usually given a job to do. So that is convict. What about number 2? Discipline. Well, this word discipline, it's to punish, to train in proper behavior, to make a discipline, to behave in a good way, to have good manners also. So that is discipline. Sometimes they can be punished. Some people can be punished to have a good discipline. So it's drill instructors insist on a strict military discipline. When they are in prison, some people in prison, they have discipline. They are forced to follow some schedules, some rules to follow and to have a discipline. So that is discipline. Yes, is it clear what is convict and discipline? Yes or not? Yes? Remember that in your book, you're going to complete this. We are going to write that words. What about number 3? We have the word dungeon. Joshua says, what is that word in Spanish? Dungeon, it's a dark room. It's a room, it's a prison. Okay,
Like a jail.
That is underground. Yes, it's like a jail. It's underground. It's not like the jail that you see that it's in the same piece of us. It's underground. So that is a dungeon. But it's a synonym. Yes, we can say a synonym of jail, a keep, or a hole. What about earnest? This word, it's earnest, it's an adjective. It's giving a description. It's a serious, important, or grave. You say, an earnest desire to help others may lead a person to choose a career in medicine. So it's something that it's important, something that it's serious. It's something important to study medicine. In mind, these people to study medicine now, they are attending people with this virus. It has to be serious people. So that is earnest. Earnest. And number 5, we have the word enclose. What is enclose? Enclose it, we can say a synonym like a cage where you can put different things like be sure to enclose payment with the bill. So you can close it up, you can put something in a box that is enclosed. So that it's enclosed. We have to confine, a cage, to cover, you can cover something, so you enclose them, circle, to insert. Question about words from 1 to 5 about convict, discipline, dungeon, earnest, and enclose.
What is enclosed and convert?
Enclose and
Convert, the one.
number 1, convict. Okay. Rebecca, enclose, it's like to put something in a cage. You cover it, you cover something. So that is enclose. You enclose it. And number 1, convict. Convict, it's a person that is guilty about something. That person makes something. It might be in the jail, in prison. So it's a convict, un convicto. We can say that in Spanish. Yes? Any other question? No? Okay, let's go to from 6 to 12. We have more words. From 6 to 12, in page 91, remember that also we need to complete this. We have the word gradual. What is gradual, class? What is the meaning of this word?
Synonym moderate, slow, steady, and telling sudden adverse.
Okay, yes, gradual is something that's going to happen step by step. It's not at the same time. It's going to be, can be slowly, it's gradually happening step by step. It's changing little by little. Gradually, we are learning a language, for example, English. It's gradual, step by step. Not just one day and the other day you know how to speak it. No, right? It's gradual. Grumble. What is the meaning of grumble, class? To complain angry but not loudly. Grumble is, for example, imagine that you are waiting on the line, you are making a line because you are buying something in the supermarket, and you stay in that line like 2 hours, 3 hours. You can grumble because you are angry. You're angry, right? So that is grumble. Yes, is it clear what is grumble, class? Yes, it can be a sound also that you make. Now, judge. This word, sorry, that we have number 8 is with a road or the sharp edge. This is it's a broken glass. I cut my hand on a jagged piece of broken glass. For example, let me draw something here. I'm going to try to draw. This is the base. Imagine that this is a base where you can drink water and you have brought water, but you broke this glass. You broke this base, you broke this glass. When you broke that glass, you're not going to see this in a good shape. You're going to see maybe a pieces of glass. It might be in this way. So it's not sharp. It doesn't have any form. Yes? So it's jagged. It's when it is on the rough or the sharp edge, irregular. It's not enough. It's broken. So since it's broken, it doesn't have the shape as before. That is jagged. We have number 9. Number 9 says nourish. What is nourish, class? Nourish, it's like, look at this. Look at these animals. The mother, it's feeding, is giving food to the baby. So that is nourish. Nourish is a synonym, like a synonym to give food, to feed someone else. Adult birds nourish their newborns. They are nourishing. They are giving support. They are giving food until they grow up and they can go and look for their foods, right? That is nourish. Number 10, we have provision. What is provision? The act of supplying. That's right, you say it. That is in Spanish, provision. It can be food, it can be materials. It depends what you are talking. Provision. It takes tons of food to provision an army. So provisions, when you go to the supermarket, for example, you go to look for food, the provisions for the week. Treaty, what is treaty? Treaty is an agreement. An agreement between, it can be between countries, it can be between two people. They make an agreement. It's a legal document. representing an agreement. For example, Joshua and Caleb can make an agreement, they can make a treaty. They can make a treaty, so they are going to give some rules, they are going to have some agreements to be in peace, for example, or when they are playing. Imagine that Joshua, I don't know if you play with Joshua, Caleb video games. If you're playing, you can make an agreement, you can make a treaty when you're playing, and you have to respect that treaty. The warring nations finally sign a peace treaty, so it has to be achieved, accomplished. And the last word is uneasy. What is uneasy, class? It's a feeling. It's a feeling when you are anxious, you are feeling worried. For example, in the exams, you can feel uneasy because you are nervous. That is uneasy. Yes? Questions about these 6 to 12 words? Questions about these words, the meaning of these words, something that it's not clear. No? Okay, now let's go and we're next page, page 92. What we're going to do on page 92, we're going to find the answer for this. So we can use page 91 and 90 to complete these pages. Now, number 1, Lucia, help me to read sentence number 1.
Good teachers a person self-control.
Good teachers, a person self-control. What is the answer? Provisions, dungeon, treaty, or discipline?
Provision.
No, they are good. They behave in a good way. They have to
Treat.
behave, comportarse, behave in a good way. They can be punished to behave in a good way. Discipline, that's right. Letter D. Number 1 is letter D. So circle it. And also you can write in the line. Number 2. Fernando, read sentence number 2.
The cage that my parakeet is filled with toys.
You have it. You put it in the cage.
Encloses.
Encloses. Excellent. Letter B. So circle letter B in your book. Number 3, Ana Maria. Ana Maria, read number 3, Ana.
A written argument between countries is carried out.
There is an agreement. I tell you what is that? It's a treaty. That's right. Letter C. It's a treaty. They make an agreement. Excellent. Marcelo, number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, number 4.
Some serious in manner might be described as
Someone serious in manner might be described as judge, Gretel, uneasy, or earnest.
Earnest.
That's right. Letter D. That is letter D. Someone serious in manner might be described as earnest. Number 5. Let's see. Kiara. Read sentence number 5, Kiara.
People who feel awkward or nervous may
Teacher,
they are nervous, anxious. Maybe they are making an exam. I don't know.
uneasy.
Uneasy. That's right. Excellent. Uneasy. Okay, let's see. Isabella, number 6, Isabella.
A jury will a defendant it believes to be guilty. Guilty. Convict.
That's right. Excellent. You can circle, Marcelo. You can circle or you can write the answer in the space. You can circle, write the answer in the space. Santiago Hernandez, read sentence number 7. Yeah, you can do both. Number 7, Santiago Hernandez. Unmute your microphone. Read sentence number 7, Santiago.
Woman, her fingernails go at and reach.
Excellent. What do you think is the answer? Cradle, Ernest, Jack, or uneasy?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah, letter C, no. There it says human hair, your hair and fingernails grow up every age. So it's growing step by step. It can be slowly. So which of these words means like that? It's growing gradually. That's right. It's letter A, gradually. So gradual. Let's see. Lucia, number 8, Lucia.
The clouds also have a dark for cavity.
In the castle, it's underground.
Okay.
That it's like a prison, like a jail.
Dungeon.
Dungeon. Excellent. Siang, number 9.
If you drop a glass, it probably break into.
Yeah, that's right. Letter B. That is like you say, like into jack pieces. It means like it's not in the same shape. Like this. This is jack. Yes, we have here a picture. This is jack. Look here. It's broken, the glass, and this is in a jack way. That is jack. The pieces, look this. It's not the same, the glass. It is in a jack way. That is jack. Number 10. Andrea, number 10, Andrea. Andrea Núñez. Read sentence number 10.
To complain in a tree, put angry voice into a gumbo.
It's to grumble. That's right. To complain in an angry voice. It's to grumble. Excellent. Number 11. Let's see. Before you go away on vacations, you should make for someone to take care of your pet. What you need to do, class? If you go to provisions, that's right. You have to leave provisions for your pet. So it means some food, different things that it needs, your pet. You need to go and look for the provisions. Number 12, adults help babies to grow up and develop by them.
B.
Letter B in closing. No, remember the adult babies grow up and develop by they're given food. Rosa?
C. The C.
No, it's not letter C.
Nourishing.
No.
A.
Letter A.
Nourishing.
Right, nourishing. They're giving food. It's feeding, eating the animals. The adults needs to take care of the babies. So they are nourishing. Yes?
I finished.
You finish? Okay,
Yes.
if you finish, show me your books. Show me your books once you finish your books. We're going to stop here. Remember, in spelling, you have one homework. It's on Schoology. Thank you. What is it? You have 5 questions in the Schoology, 5 questions. Before solve that in the Schoology, read these words. Read these words.
So we need to use the words that we
Yes, you need
to complete that sentence.
Maybe, yes. So you need to read these words before you complete the Schoology assessment. Okay? Bye-bye.
Oh, my
Bye-bye.
homework is like this.
Bye-bye. See you later. You can put down your book. See you later, Santiago Chavez. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gabriela.
Bye.